My dear friend, I would have liked to have given you a more proper burial, but a man can only dig so deep in this Texas hill country. At least the coyotes and other critters won't be eating you. You were a good friend and companion, and we put many a mile under saddle. God only knows how far it is back to the ranch.
25 miles.
I must be getting batty. Where in the hell is that voice coming from?
From a lot further north than that.
Okay, come out, show yourself. Who's talking to me?
Me. God.
Must be the tequila.
No, Jacob, it really is me.
If you really are God, I don't have a damn thing to say to you.
You need to hold back on that language.
Sorry.
Forgiven. Now we need to talk. I know you had a hard life. You lost your father when you were young. Your mother, a woman of faith, raised you alone. Did the best she could raising you in faith. And then when you were 16, she too passed. And that is when you began to drift and blame me for your losses. You began to cowboy at various ranches, drinking, chasing saloon girls, and fighting. Not to mention the cussing. Then you found a good woman, got married, and had a boy with her. He married and they had a boy. Then when your wife died of yellow fever, your anger toward me escalated. But everything I do has a purpose, and that is why I'm talking with you now.
Those losses broke my faith. Why do you let bad things happen to good people? I was out hunting in the woodlands, got attacked by a bear. The stranger was there. He saved me. Look at the scar! You see that? Where were you?
Death is not the end, it's the beginning. And who do you think sent the stranger? Also, you want to see my sun scars?
If you want to keep on talking, let's do it while I'm walking back to the ranch.
That's fine. You have a Bible?
Yes, I've got a family Bible back at the bunkhouse. Makes a great doorstop.
It makes a better backstop. Tell me, when was the last time you read it?
Don't remember, been some time for sure.
And why is that?
Why do you keep asking me questions when you already know the answers?
To lead you to thinking.
Is this really how this conversation is going to go?
Oh, this is just the beginning.
You're God, right? You can do anything.
Yes?
Then give me a damn horse so I can ride back to the ranch on it.
There you go with that language again.
Sorry.
You're forgiven. Again. It appears I may have to do that several times during this journey. And no horse for you. We need to have a long conversation. About a 25 miles hike worth.
Fine. Then let's get to getting.
Jacob, I know deep down inside you're a good man. I remember a few times back you had that hard winter. Y'all were out on the range looking for a mother with her calf. By the time you found them, the mother was dead and the calf was barely hanging on. You picked that calf up, wrapped it in your blanket, and threw it over the horse's neck. You fought that blizzard all the way back to the ranch and nursed that calf. It survived and became a champion breeder. But no one ever knew what you did.
Yeah, but good isn't good enough.
True.
I'm tired from all that digging and walking. I think I'll take a nap.
As always, I'll be here when you awake.
No doubt. God has me thinking back on my mother and her teachings. Wonder what she's thinking about me now. I'm sure I'm a disappointment to her. God sure is striking a nerve.
Just so you know, your mother is not disappointed in you. Maybe a little displeased, but says she loves you. And before you say anything, just remember, I hear your thoughts, and I'm in your dreams.
I knew she was with you.
She and I were just talking about the story of Jacob and how you got that name. You remember the story?
The story illustrates how the power and grace of God can change and renew. He is known in the Bible for his cunning and deceitful ways, especially directed at his twin brother. However, after losing to God in a wrestling match, Jacob receives God's blessing.
Correct. And your mother had a premonition about you, thus your name. And you are wrestling with me now.
I hear you. I'm thirsty. I need a drink of cold water. I can't believe this creek is so dry. Never been that way before.
Should have brought a canteen of water instead of the tequila.
You could be awful annoying.
I can be, but always with a purpose. Cup your hands. Quenched?
Yes, thank you.
My pleasure.
Now I'm hungry, famished. Gonna use my last bullet on Gus. No game to get.
Well, get up and go to that tree down the trail.
Apples on a dead oak tree?
I can give life to anything.
Is this an Adam and Eve type thing?
No. We need to have more conversations, but I want you nourished.
Fruit is great, but I need something more nourishing.
Fish.
With what? In that pond? With hardly any water in it? And no bait?
Trust me. That fish indicates the plans I have for you.
Me! A fisher of men! Imagine that!
Fed your body, and I'm also feeding your soul.
Well, now I'm nourished. I am tired, though, of carrying that saddle. It's quite burdensome.
Leave that burden there. You can come back and get it later after you got another Gus. You still have other burdens to deal with.
As usual, you are correct.
By the way, your dog Bandit is feeling much better and he's back to his old self.
When I left on this ride, he was feeling peaked. I usually bring him with me. He gives me unconditional love, always there when I need to be picked up, and comforts me when I hold him.
That's what I do.
But Bandit doesn't nip me.
Sometimes it takes a good nipping to get you to pay attention.
I'm going to chew a bit on what we've been talking about. Who are you?
I have several names. Satan, Devil, Lucifer, and my favorite, the Prince of Darkness. Kind of has a royal ring to it.
You look hauntingly familiar.
I should. I reflect the current state of your soul. However, some of your soul seems to be losing some of its luster. I know you've been talking with the big guy, and he has a way of taking back those people who have been coming to me. And I'm here to keep that from happening.
I know I've done things of a bad nature in my past, but I still maintain a lot of the things that my mother taught me in my youth.
That may very well be, but what's more fun? Doing what you want, when you want, where you want?
Regardless, I'm beginning to hear what God is saying and starting to believe again.
I don't give a damn what he says. My way is the best way. Well, gotta go. We'll be talking again real soon.
You can talk all you want to. I won't be listening. God, are you still there?
Always.
Do you mind if I stop looking up for a while? My neck is starting to get a crick in it.
Look down, sideways, up, it doesn't matter. Wherever you look, I'll be there.
Okay, you pretty much got me back, and I know I got a lot of work to do.
And you always will, but never give up.
Giving up ain't in my nature. In my life, I've branded many a steer. And now, I want to be branded by you.
Welcome home, Jacob.
Will you be talking to me again?
I've never stopped. Difference is that you're listening now. Hold out your hands. Here's your Bible, and my son signed it.
And that, Jacob, is how I got my faith back.
That's right, Grandpa, a fisher of men. That's right, Grandpa, a fisher of men.
When I began writing the script for this movie, I had no idea how personalized the message would become. I had a good friend who was fiercely battling cancer. He was a great father and husband, a true man of faith. We would discuss this battle and pray. I only heard him say he was scared once. Wouldn't anyone be? I never heard him say it again. He never asked, why does God allow bad things to happen to good people? And he was truly good. During this time, I was diagnosed with cancer in my neck. I had thyroid cancer 12 years ago, and during my annual checkup, it was discovered it had returned. The making of this film got delayed. A date was set for my operation, and new dates were set for filming. My director could not do the new film dates due to prior commitments and have surgery for cataracts. Another friend stepped forward to direct. Other delays occurred as well. Weather, new director's property problems, working around cinematographer's schedule. I had my surgery. I became numb from the bottom of my ear to the base of my neck. A muscle in my shoulder was in pain. I can only eat certain foods, had a drain in my neck, and could not lift anything over 10 pounds. Gratefully, I had a very good friend who would come twice a day for about 2 weeks to care for my horses. During all this, my aforementioned friend continued his battle, but yet was concerned about me. He lost the battle, but not his faith. His last words to me was, God bless you. He inspired me. He left a message for all of us. A month and a half after my surgery, I started filming. My neck is still numb and shoulder muscle still hurts. The temperatures were in the 90s, and my film family was concerned for me. Carrying that saddle was tough. But I pushed through. I had this message to present. I had to continue my endurance of faith. I never got mad at God because of the cancer. I knew he was trying to lead me to do his work. I was determined not to let the devil win. At the time of this message, I still have procedure to be done on the neck cancer. Also, I'll be having a cancerous basal cell removed from the side of my face. But this is not a poor me story, but rather one of faith. I'd like to read you 2 short passages from the Bible. Hebrews 10:36. You need to persevere so that when you have done the will of God, you will receive what he has promised. James 1:2-3. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. We've all had bad things happen to us, and we search for answers. Fortunately, God has them. They can be found in this book.
Me and Jesus are getting tighter each day. I've been drinking tequila in the evening and listening to what he's got to say. They tell me the Lord sure does work in mysterious ways. I've been a little bewildered, but now it's getting clear to me every day. Water to wine, or tequila for me. Fruit of the vine, oh, the blue agave. One more verse, one more round, another late night. Me and Jesus are gonna get it right. Me and Jesus, we've been staying up late. I'd been angry with his father for all of my trouble and pain. And now I'm giving him the credit